All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Sneakers Insight channel and welcome to the Air Jordan 11 story time. Overall, talking on my experience with the Air Jordan 11, I had to, bring out my just these are just the most royal, amazing, beautiful. Like I love these shoes. These are my all-time favorite shoes, the Air Jordan 11 Breads. I honestly I have not worn these shoes outside yet. I will one day. But just for now, I'm like, nah. You know what? I'm just gonna keep them in my home retired and stuff and just wear them on a very very special occasion. But anyways, so my history with these shoes. So I first ever pair of Air Jordan 11s I bought were actually the Concord 11s, which is this box right here. So I had went and bought the Concord 11s, instantly regretted it because I remember I got the shoes, and then when I was getting them, that's what ended up getting me. I think I talked on it before, but the guy was like, "Oh, yeah, these are the last ones in the store," and I'm like, "Dang, why he had to say that?" Because I'm like, then that gets to your head, and you're like, "Okay, I know if I come back on here on the weekends, it ain't gonna be here. So if I get them now, then I'm gonna have them. But if I get them now, then I'm gonna regret it. But if I like, you thinking of so many different things. So I'm like, all right, man, just because originally I was just up there to just get me some Nike sweatpants for work. And then ended up seeing the box and it was just all like, that does say Air Jordan 11. I'm like, hey, bro, them the Concords? And he's just like, yep, last one in the store. I'm like, dang. All right, yeah, just go ahead and add that to the list too. I'm like, I just came up here for sweatpants, but I guess I'm getting me some Concord 11. So I remember when I was walking out the store, I sat there for a second because on top of the pants being $100, the Concord 11s is $200, $220. So I'm sitting there like this, like, bro, why did I just buy these shoes, man? Why did I do this? So I instantly regretted it. I thought about going back up there and being like, hey, you know what? On second thought, I ain't want these shoes. But I'm like, nah, that's going to look bad. This guy's going to be like, oh, this dude, he ain't got no money. He coming back up here giving shoes back. So I'm like, I don't want, no, I'm not thinking along those lines. But I'm just like, I regretted it because I was like, bro, I'm like, dang, I'm trying to save. But then when you see Concord 11s, it's kind of hard to save. So I'm like, dang, bro, all right. So, anyways, I think I did make a video talking on how I got the Concord 11s. Hold on, let me pull up my videos real quick. This T-Moss Boss Air Jordan 11. There's Brad. Oh, so yeah, I did do a video talking on how I got them. Hold on for a second. Pull up the screen. So yeah, it was this video right here that I uploaded 2 years ago. Video title: I got them. Air Jordan 11 Retro Concord 2018 review. T Mouse Boss. And then yeah, then I was like, I did this video. So yeah, I'm gonna be explaining like everything that I can about all of the different pairs of Air Jordan 11s that I have. So after I got those, instantly fell in love with them shoes. I had loved those shoes. I wore them almost every day, the Concord 11s. I was wearing them in rain. I was wearing them in freaking any weather condition possible. Then I remember I wanted to see how they were in the snow, so I wore them out in the snow. And yeah, them shoes, man, they put me through a lot. They had put me through a lot of rain days. Cause it's like when wearing those shoes in the rain, it felt like my feet. I used to work in downtown Seattle, so there's this area where it was like smoothed out tile, and anytime I wear any of my other pair of shoes out there, my foot would like slip a little bit. Concords never did that. Concords had never did that whatsoever. So I think like the bottom of Air Jordan 11s, like they're built for like some bad weather conditions and things. Just my personal opinion. I don't know. I haven't worn these outside yet. Period. So I'm like I just wouldn't know with the breads. But with the Concords, I'm like, I was wearing them shoes every bad weather day possible. So, anyways, then I ended up seeing that they were coming out with some low top Air Jordan 11s. So it was the blue snakeskin one and then the black and white snakeskin ones. But yeah, they came out like I think on the same day or roughly around the same time. So I think I ended up getting the blue ones first, and then I ended up getting the black and white ones afterwards. The ones that look more like snakeskin than the blue ones, because the blue ones didn't really look like them. But so anyways, so I ended up not liking the blue ones as much anymore, and I ended up liking the black and white ones. And I was wearing them shoes every single day, and so then Priscilla from Four Souls. For those that don't know, I have like a pretty much my second family. Four Souls. Yeah, those guys, they're love those guys to death. But anyways, so their cousins had needed some shoes. I have a freaking arsenal of shoes, and I'm like, hey, before y'all go out and spend, because I know how expensive shoes can be, before y'all go out and buy any shoes, let me give you some pairs, which y'all need. So I gave them those I gave them Air Jordan 3s, 11s, freaking some Air Forces. I gave them like, all the like tank shoes, at least some shoes they can wear for a moment. And yeah, I gave away the blue ones because I was like, I didn't even care for them anymore. So I gave away a pair of Air Jordan 11s. And then I remember I was looking up like the pricings of those shoes on StockX, and it was just all like, bro, them shoes is going for something right now. But what? Let's see, Air Jordan 11 low. I should have typed up. Oh wait a minute. Here they are. Here they are. Them shoes came out in 2019. They don't feel like it. I guess they did. But anyways, I guess they do kind of have like a snake, but it's blue. I'm like, they don't really look like a snake skin. Mine's just, I don't know. They didn't look right. But anyways, they're going for like 286. So I guess they didn't lower the prices on them and things. But so anyways, then I think at that point, that's when at some point in time, I came across the Bread 11s. And that's when I was like, I seen these beautiful looking shoes somewhere and was all like, I have to get them. I have to get the shoes. So, end of 2019. End of 2019. The shoes are coming out. Guess who has money to get them? This guy. I wasn't even going to regret it either. I'm like, no, I'm going to get these shoes and I am going to love them. All right. So, anyways, I am mentally preparing myself the whole week. I told my friend Jack, because he worked with me, and I was just all like, bro, I'm all like, Monday, I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to be wearing the Bread 11s. And he was just all like, he has no idea what I'm talking about. He's like, the Bread 11s. He's like, he's wearing some like some what are they based off of food? Like what are they like? No, bro, bread, black and red, black, white, red. I don't know what bread overall, black and red, I think. But anyways, I was like, bro, I'm coming in here with the Bread 11s. I ain't coming back to work until I get them, but I did come back to work. But anyways, so I go to my 3 locations because when I was getting the infrared 6s, those I went to like 3 different locations and they told me what they were doing. So with these ones, I think it was a little bit more different with these ones because they just it just seemed like, well, the two, so I went to Foot Locker and Champs. They had an idea what they were doing. But when I went to the Nike store, they told me like so they said they was going to be a first come, first serve. And then they said that you had to reserve the shoes in order to get them. And then I was hearing like, oh, you had to show up at like 7 something. And then I was like, bro, look, I'm just going to come up here at 7. Just please be open and then just let me get my shoes, all right? So anyways, I go up early in the morning, freaking 6 in the morning, okay? Going to Seattle in the cold. All I have is this like thermal hoodie, Seahawks hoodie, right? That wasn't doing anything for me. I was freezing out there, okay? So I was a little cold. I'm sitting there, getting my shakes on and stuff. Got my shakes on, and then they were just all like, so a Nike worker comes out and they were just all like, if you are a Nike Plus member, stand in this line. I'm a Nike Plus member. I'm like, I got the app on my phone. So anyway, so I go over to that line. So I'm standing there. I'm all like, man, I'm like, it pays off being a Nike Plus member. Okay. So I'm like, I like this. So there are people going in there, coming out, getting their shoes, going, coming out, all this other stuff. And then it gets to me. And so the guy was just all like, are you a Nike Plus member? I'm like, I sure am. Here is my phone right here. Go ahead and scan the little code thing. Go ahead and scan the little code thing, right? So he's scanning it. This is how you know you ain't going to get what you want to get. So what's something that I can like? All right, so let's just say like, this is my phone. This is the little like Nike like scan thing that so he's all like, so he's looking at my phone, sliding. Doop. was like, huh, that's weird. He's like, hold on, let me clean it, because you know sometimes these screens can be messed up and stuff. So he's like, dude. He's like, did you reserve the shoes? I'm like, reserve? What you mean reserved? I'm like, they say it was a first come, first serve thing. Our first came first. Like, you know, did that, but I didn't reserve them. So he's like, yeah, bro. He was like, you got to reserve the shoes. I'm looking like, are you serious, man? Do you realize what time it is? Do you think people really came up here just to be turned away because I didn't reserve the shoes? Is you serious, fam? It's probably good that I had a card and I didn't have $220 plus tax, because I probably would have just threw the money in his face, pushed them, ran over, because they had all the shoes like right there and things. So I just ran, just looked through. If anybody would have ran up on me, sweet chin music, man or woman. Okay, maybe not the women, but I just probably just, I don't know. I'm just like, I had to think of something for the women, but I'm just like, probably just been like, you know, breaking ankles or something. Just, you know, just giving them a good old cross or something. So anyways, but so I was like, well, I'm like, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, just take the money, throw it in their face, push him over, hurry up and run. Just start breaking ankles left and right. Grab a size 10 and then just run. Just keep on running until I get on the bus, and then just sit like this and just be like, you know, just like that, just looking at things out the windows, but then just slowly just sink in and stuff and just be like, I'm catching the bus all the way home. So, but man, I was like, I went all the way up there. I started walking away from, because I'm like, I don't even want to just be in the area no more. So I'm like, and then they were just like, oh yeah, it's first come, first serve at 12 in the afternoon, 12 p.m. I came, so I'm like, you're telling me I'm going to have to wait 5 hours in order to, no, I am not waiting no 5 hours for this. No, I am not. I'm like, I am not going to do that, because then that means the line is going to be all built all the way back up. So I'm just going home, just, you know, listening to Juice WRLD, being sad, because, yeah, Juice WRLD at the time had just passed away. So I was listening to his music, just sad. And I'm like, this sucks, man. I was like, this really just does suck. And then I was like, and then, cause yeah, I was with my mom. My mom, she was going downtown for other reasons. And so she figured we would just all just go out there, at that time. She drove by the stadiums, because I live in we live outside of Seattle, and so she drove by the stadiums and was like, oh, like look at the lights on the stadiums and things. I'm just all like, yeah, that's cool. I'm like, I just really want to listen to just Juice WRLD and just go home. I'm like, I really don't want to be here right now. So I'm eating breakfast, just still upset. And what's really upsetting is that, so like how I got like some shoes, like, you know, out and things, just like, you know, for decorations for videos and stuff. The one pair of shoes that I had out, and I was like, I don't want to look at them shoes. The freaking Jordan 6 rings, bread editions. I seen those shoes and immediately just felt rage. I felt so much rage and anger that these shoes that was waiting for me was not, I couldn't do this to them. I couldn't hug the shoe. I couldn't do nothing with the shoe, okay? I was legit, bro, I'm telling you, I would have, okay, laid these shoes down, okay, and just out in the backyard somewhere and just had these shoes just by my head, just looking at the stars, just telling them how much I love you. These shoes, these are my favorite shoes of all time. I don't think nobody knows that, but I love these shoes, all right? So, I'm sitting there with like my sneaker depression going on, just like, bro, is you serious? Like, I ain't gonna get these shoes? And I'm like, bro, that's messed up, man. So then I found a store. That had them, but they were selling them at like resale price. But I found the store that had them. There's a store in the South Center Mall, and where in the area, or like somewhat in the area where I live at. But anyways, this is a store called West Coast Boutique. I seen that they had them in there, my size. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go in there one of these days, because this might have been like before, it was definitely before the pandemic had started. So I think I was going in there to get some Yeezys, and I seen them, and I was like, I should have just got them right then and there instead of waiting. But no, so I was just like, I wanted to get the Yeezys to test them out and things and make videos on them and stuff. So because I never had a pair of Yeezy before. I figured I already had like pairs of Air Jordan 11, so I'm just gonna wait on these shoes. So anyways, waiting, pandemic starts. And I'm like, bruh, are you serious? So the malls are shut down. Stores are shut down. Can't go out nowhere. Can't, if I order these shoes online, I wasn't really into the whole online stuff. I'm like, nah, I want to like go into the store and buy these shoes, right? And so plus I don't want to give some random person, like, I don't mind giving a store resale money for some shoes because it's a store, it's a business. But when I'm giving some 13-year-old kid that ruined my chances on StockX, Go, or Stadium Goods or wherever, I'm giving some 13-year-old kid my hard-earned money. I don't like that. So I'm like, if it's a business, cool. But if it's some random person, I'm like, nah. I'm like, maybe some other shoes, but not my Bread 11s. Okay, nah, not the Bread 11s. So, anyways, so I'm gonna get on how I acquired these shoes in a moment. But so I went ahead and was, yeah, just, overall dealing with this pandemic like everybody else. But then the malls had opened back up. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Before these malls close down again, I'm going up there and I'm getting my shoes. Or I'm getting my Bread 11s. I go there and the store ain't even there. It's not in the area where it was before. It was actually on the second floor, but I didn't know that at the time. So then I got sad. And I was like, dang, bro. I was like, this store, because they were saying that all these different stores is closing down. And so I'm like, I seen that the store wasn't there no more. And I assumed that they closed down. I'm like, dang, bro. I'm like, I'm never going to get my Bread 11s. I'm not. And so I was like, man, that's messed up. So then I was looking, so I looked up the store on just like, looking the store up to see if it had actually closed. And they were just all like, oh no, the store is on the second level of the mall. I'm like, second level? What is you talking about, the second level? So I'm like, I go up there all the time. I walk in the area where the store is now at. And I'm like, I walk in that area. You mean to tell me my eyes was just blind? Like, I didn't see that store? So I'm like, okay, next time I go up to the mall, I'm going in that store. I'm going to see what they got, all right? So anyways, next time I go to the mall, I go up there. I'm ready this time. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm ready. I'm getting my shoes regardless of who's there. If there's a kid talking about, oh, I'm trying to get these shoes, I'm like, kid, you better back up. I will hit you with the coldest choke slam of all time. I'm getting my shoes. Back up. Okay, you go freaking get you a game at GameStops or something. I'd be like, but here, right here, with these shoes, I'm getting them. All right. So, but anyways, so I go up there. I'm looking because they had, so West Coast Boutique, they have like all the different like sizings on the wall and stuff. And I go to the size 10, didn't have them. Did not have them. And I'm like, dang, bro, is you serious? I asked him, I was just like, you got a size 10, or you like, you got the Bread 11s in size 10? He's like, nah, bro. I'm like, dang, man. I'm like, why is it that when I want to get these shoes, people don't be having what I want? I'm like, bro, I ain't came all this far. I'm like, dang, is you serious? So then I was just like, at that point, I was like, I started giving up because I was just like, what is going on right now? This ain't even normal. So then I think he posted online that they had like a size 9.5. So I was all like, I could fit a 9.5 in some shoes. I'm like, I might be able to fit a 9.5 in them Bread 11. So I'm like, hey, you know what? I was like, can you hold them? He was like, nah, bro, can't hold them. So I go up there. And so it's pretty dope with that store. You can trade in shoes and stuff because I'm all like, nah, bro, I'm going to find the reason. I'm like, nah, I'm leaving with something, bro. If they don't have what I want and things, I'm going to leave there with something. I don't care what it is. I leave with some Air Jordan or maybe they have a credit thing or something, which they do. But anyway, so I go up there and they have so I trade in the shoes. They telling me the pricings of them. So I'm like, cool, dope. It's enough to get the Bread 11s. All right. So anyways, so they had the 2012 editions and the 2012 edition. So let me just tell you guys right now that the 2012 editions, so it's like a Jordan release edition. It's not, so there's like this is the Nike release. You could tell that this is the Nike release because of the tagging in the inside. But the ones that the 2012 ones is a Jordan release. So to like, I guess like, I don't know, like it must be a copyright thing going on because the whole shoe looks the same. Whole shoe looks the same except the Jordan on the back. So the Jordan on the back is actually reversed. And even on this particular shoe, and then on that one it's normal, but on this one it's just randomly reversed. So I'm like, bro, what the Travis Scott is going on right now? I'm like, what is this? I'm like, this ain't, so I didn't trade the shoes in for that reason, but I traded the shoes in because 9.5 was not working with me. My toes was hurting. My toes was hurting. When I tried the shoe on when I was in the store, I had like an adrenaline rush. I'm like, bro, I'm actually trying on a Bread 11. I'm like, I don't think nobody understands how much this means to me. Like, I can scream right now, but I know if I do, these guys are going to think I'm crazy. So I'm going to have to keep my composure. But anyways, So if y'all could have seen how I almost had got hit by a car, I didn't even care because I'm like, bro, I'm about to get my bread 11s. Freaking, then I ended up getting the shoes. I ended up getting them. And so I'm walking up out of there, out the store, walking like just back outside the mall and things with the biggest smile on my face. If anybody was in the area in a car or walking, they just seen me just, man, I got my bread 11s. I'm like, I can cry right now. So I go home, I'm wearing them, trying them on. And then that's when it starts settling in with me like, these shoes is uncomfortable. I'm like, I can't wear these. I can't wear these at all. So then the guy that works there, or there's like multiple guys that work there, then they posted these. They posted these on their social media platform saying it's a 10 and a half. And I'm like, then a 10 and a half might be too big, but I'm like, yo, I'm willing to like double sock or get like some small socks and just stuff the like tongue or something, or not the tongue, but just like stuff the toe part of the shoe. So I'm willing to do that, right? Willing to do that. So anyways, I asked him, hey, can I do an exchange or a trade in? He was just like, yeah, sure, you could do that. I got my shoes, man. Got my freaking bread 11s. Perfect fitting, all of that. The only problem is they ain't come with no shoebox. I don't know what happened to the shoebox. That's like, now I'm like, bruh. Then I'm like, so now I'm on a hunt for a shoebox. I'm like, all I just want is a bread 11 shoebox and I'll be set. I'll be straight. I ain't got to worry about nothing. But other than that, I've been wearing these shoes around the house. Like I'm not wearing them right now. I'm actually wearing my own like custom shoes that I made off of the Nike ID app. But other than that, I was like with these shoes, man. This I was like, I'm good. I even though I still went out and bought me some more shoes, but I was just like, I'm good now. I was just like, I ain't got to trip. I ain't got to be mad about nothing. I'm like, I got the shoes I wanted, so that's all that matters. But anyways, yeah. And then what other things I can talk on with the 11s? Yeah. After that, I was just all like, any other. I was like, I guess I'm just good on 11s. I'm like, I don't really need to go out because I remember the Jubilee ones is coming out. I was thinking about getting them, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good. I was like, I got my bread 11s. That's all that really matters to me. But I'm gonna wear these shoes on my wedding day. I don't even care. I'm like, I tell my wife right now, I'm just like, hey, look, babe, can I just wear these shoes on my wedding day, please? I'm like, look, I don't care. We could do whatever you want to do. Can I just wear my bread 11s on my on the wedding day? I'm like, I would get something that matches with it, like I don't know. I just let me wear my bread 11s. I think of something. But anyways, I love these shoes. I just had to tell y'all like my whole Air Jordan 11 story and things, but I love these shoes. All right, I love them a lot, and definitely, I know you guys probably wondering like, what's this white stuff at the bottom? It was like a tagging that they put, and I was like digging at them trying to get them out, but it got stuck and lodged in there. So I guess when I do wear these shoes outside, yeah, I overall will get that stuff out, but. Yeah, guys, get you a pair of bread 11s because bread 11s will change your life. All right. So, anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, you enjoyed this video. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put these shoes, but yeah, hopefully, you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.